Kia ora, I'm Sheree Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. A ceasefire is understood to have been agreed between two rival motorcycle gangs after a 3-week blitz of shootings across Auckland. The tit-for-tat war between the tribesmen and killer bees threatened to spiral out of control, with at least 23 drive-by shootings since the end of May. Our newsroom understands senior members of both gangs got together over the weekend. This week so far, there hasn't been any more shootings. Meanwhile, a spike in interest from companies and building owners about getting bollards installed. There's been a string of brazen ram raids across Auckland in recent weeks, prompting officials to suggest bollards as one way retailers can protect themselves. Access Automation Director Lloyd Richardson says it's led to a surge in the levels of inquiry, including from big retail players.
We have inquiries every 3 months prior to the last 18 months. And now we have inquiries all the time. How can we protect our property?
There's hope scrapping pre-departure tests will make New Zealand a more attractive place to visit. A government source has confirmed the pre-departure testing requirement will be dropped first thing Tuesday. That would put us in line with the US, Australia, many Pacific nations and much of Europe. New Zealand Airport's Chief Executive Kevin Ward says the rest of the world is moving on.
It's becoming increasingly hard for people to get those tests and the overseas ports before they leave. A lot of countries have done away with high levels of testing.
Economists are largely predicting first quarter GDP growth will be flat or close to it. Stats NZ will release the figures for the March quarter today after the last quarter of 2021 saw a 3% bounce. Westpac and ANZ are expecting zero growth for the quarter, while ASB is forecasting 0.6%. Kiwi Bank Chief Economist Jared Kerr says they're predicting a robust 0.8% gain. He says the Omicron outbreak put some brakes on, particularly in the hospitality sector, but they think demand is still reasonably strong. And a stampede to import alternatives as the GIB crisis continues. More than 75 building and construction businesses have contacted an Auckland developer who's importing Bangkok plasterboard to find out how they can get some too. The businesses were planning or at critical stages of work where they needed the product to complete projects. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.